Hey, Eurovision fam. I'm going to try and get through this without crying. I mean, honestly, I'm going to try and get through this without crying. So let's start off with the styling. They were testing out shoes. You're going to hear some people who are like, one boot was higher than the other. They're testing out which boot to work with. There was a knee-high pink boot, and there was a thigh-high pink boot. I think I'm just like a sucker for a thigh-high boot moment. But the knee-high boot could work good for kind of like the silhouettes to the side. She is in a pink fringe bodysuit. This performance and the styling is very Lizzo. And the key thing about it being very Lizzo is very current, is very now. Lizzo swept the Grammys last year. That's sort of what I'm getting from the visual. There is a cleanness from this visual. You know, a lot of people, I said this over at Eurovision Hub, you know, where they do those tests of like guess the designer bag. And like which one's the knockoff, which one's the designer bag. And the knockoff always has like kind of extra stuff on it. Like it's got like one extra pocket, one extra like fringe thing hanging from the side of the thing. And really the expensive one tends to be simpler. I think that there's something to be said for this staging that doesn't have a ton of things going on, where you kind of keep that clean palette so that your performer can really pop. That's what they're going with the staging. It's Destiny in hot pink, offset by a neon yellow background. It's very clean. It's very modern. When you look at performers perform today, you don't see words projected in the back unless you're kind of going to like something like a little bit more youthful. But you see kind of like these color backdrops and the LED just sort of illuminated with like just a simple color, as opposed to like a whole bunch of stuff kind of going on. And so that's sort of the aesthetic that they're going for here. It does read very Sasha. I do have some notes. There is a camera cut where they still have the camera on her when she's walking down the steps. That's a moment we can just cut to one of the dancers. Just let her look down and comfortably get down the steps. It's fine. That's a moment where we can highlight one of the dancers, and then we can cut back to her when she's in place. When I tell you that this vocal was flawless, the vocal was flawless. And low-key, she wasn't even trying that much. It was just like moments where I think she was kind of like, woo, like in her brain, she was like, woo, child, I'm doing a lot. There's a whole lot going on here. And all the while that's going on in her head, she's just like, Nacho, baby. Oh, Jimika. You know, it's like she's still hitting the notes, but you can see her processing. And low-key, she still wasn't even singing full voice, I believe. I think she's actually going to do more. Like once it's the live taping, I think there's going to be some additional runs put in there here and there. This was really, and I want to say this without getting, oh God, I'm already getting emotional. Okay. I want to say this without getting emotional. You know, I think Netta was a moment on the stage to see, you know, a full-figured girl having fun, being the pop star in the middle of the stage. And I think Destiny is leveling up on that in a really powerful way. Because, you know, with Netta, there was still like a level of like kitsch. She had, you know, her buns, and she had kind of the security of being, you know, with, you know, it wasn't like her real looper, but like kind of the prop looper there that she could kind of have. And I think what Destiny is doing on the stage by actually being a full-figured girl on the stage, looking beautiful and looking sexy without being like over-sexualized, but looking sexy and powerful and delivering this song. Oh my God. Okay. I just wonder what message that sends to girls. And I don't know, and maybe I'm feeling it too, you know, because also like she is a woman of color. And, you know, I just wonder what that means for some people who are sat at home watching the performance. And I'm not going to lie, you know, like I was watching like the press room, you know, chatter, and everyone has been like talking all throughout the day. And, you know, I really tried to be really fair and, you know, fair. I try to give everybody notes because these are rehearsals, and we can always we can always improve. Like, y'all know how I am. I nitpick because I want the performances to be perfect, and especially the songs that I really love. You know, I want to nitpick them because I just want them to have the best chance that they can on the stage. And, you know, I feel a way, you know, I just think it's so easy to tear down like front runners. And, you know, and so when I get kind of accused of like poking at front runners, I'm like, look, I say positives and negatives for everybody. I really do. Everybody had something positive today, and everyone is going to have something positive in semifinal one. This is just a heavy hitter semi. And I just feel like people are just so ready to tear down whatever's number one at the betting odds. We saw it happen with Israel, honestly, in 2018. And although I thought that Israel could have done something, like, I think my biggest note for Israel 2018 was when we saw the staging at first, they weren't bringing the party to the stage. And I was like, oh, this is just such a party song. And I don't know if we're really bringing that. And I think having people in the arena helped to kind of bring that party element to the stage. And, you know, we have to recognize that we won't have an audience, a large audience in the Netherlands. So there will be sort of that different effect on the stage. But again, I just have to say, I really do wonder, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I really do wonder just what this performance, because just visually seeing it, there's no backstory we have to research about Destiny. Just literally seeing her, there's no backstory we have to research. Just seeing her on the stage, beautiful, dominating, and sexy, you know, and a girl of color. I just wonder what that could mean for some people sitting at home. And I'm just gonna say, you know, this semi is going to like put me to pieces, and I'm gonna do my whole recap later. I'll take a little break after this one. Maybe hop into some of the meet and greets, and then I'll be back live. Actually, I think I'll be back in like, I don't even know, like maybe like 15 minutes or so. I'll be back live, and we'll talk about what went down yesterday, and we'll talk about what went down today. Y'all, we didn't have Eurovision last year. So we've literally waited 2 years for this. And I just feel so thankful that I have been able to see the rehearsals. I'm so thankful for y'all, everyone who has subscribed to my channel and has watched me over the years and everything, because I love the Eurovision Song Contest, and I just want to talk about it. And this is the only way that I would be able to like really talk about it, especially in times like these, since I'm not on the ground. Yeah, but y'all, this semifinal is going to break me because we've got so many good songs, and we're going to lose some good songs. We're going to lose some good songs. And I just think everybody showed up today and showed their A game. But let's move on back to Malta. I will hop into these comments. Sari, Malta is good, but she's overhyped so much. She is absolutely not. She is absolutely not. She is a young performer. I don't even think she's 21 yet. And she got on that stage, and for the first time on this stage, you know, she has the same amount of rehearsals on the stage as everybody else, and got out there, sang it in the perfect pitch and key. She hit her marks. Sure, she wasn't like super comfortable. It's her first rehearsal, so that's fair. And they're still working out what she'll be wearing, and she'll get more comfortable when they figure out what shoes they want to put her in. But she is absolutely not overhyped. Destiny Shukinyeri is the real deal, y'all. She's the real deal. She's the real deal. Destiny's going to be turning 19 in August. She's not even 20. She's not even 20 years old. And went on that stage like a professional. And honestly, I believe Stephania will do the same thing. Some of these young performers are really doing it. She is the real deal. She is not overhyped in any way, shape, or form. And I am not going to be here for any of that commentary. Honestly, you can feel it because we don't have to agree. But me personally, I'm not here for any of that commentary. The song is current, it's fresh, and she's delivering it well on the stage. Sandy, did you get winner vibes from the performance? Yes. XPlout222, we know one thing, Malta is a 100% qualifier. Absolutely. Midnight Reader, there's no doubt that Malta is qualifying. Absolutely. Cassio Caesar, watching Eden and Destiny slaying it is brown skin girl excellent. Well, they're black girls. They're black girls. Full on. Eden has more charisma than Destiny. I don't think it's a comparison. I mean, we got two different, they're both serving really two different songs. They really are. Because Israel's given us a little bit of like the ethno vibe. And really what Destiny is doing is pretty like radio friendly, current. ESC TEDx, her vocals are out of this world. FN, I don't understand all the hate for Malta. Sadly, she's declining in the odds. Well, so did Netta, and she still won. So, I mean, there's not a lot of money in the odds too. Like I could put $100 on Cyprus and it will probably track up like five slots. Like, yeah. Cassio Caesar, the only act that can duel Destiny is Barbara. But the thing is, they're both serving something very different. So it really depends upon what people at home are wanting to consume. This is Malta is serving a radio-friendly, fresh, very current pop track. The staging is clean. It's professional. I love the styling. I love her in this pink fringe bodysuit. They were testing out the boots today. So the boots will either be thigh high or they'll come at the knee. I'm a sucker for a thigh high boot, but I think the knee boot will work too. I think she gets on the stage, she commands it. The vocal was flawless and she wasn't even pushing it that hard. Again, I think that we're gonna have some new runs when this happens again. I think she's gonna add some other things, choose some different vocal arrangements. I wanna do a reminder that Destiny is a vocalist. Destiny's not just a singer. She's a vocalist. Vocalist, the difference between a singer and a vocalist is a vocalist pushes themselves. They're like athletes. Like, where an athlete kind of pushes themselves to the limits. Even after Michael Jordan had like won a championship, he still went in the gym and was like, you know what? I want to switch up my game. Like, I know I've been doing this really well. Like I've been kind of doing well with the shots, but I want to be more aggressive. That's what a vocalist does. It's like, I'm real good. I'm hitting these notes. Like I'm hitting these notes right here, but you know what? I want to work on my whistle notes. Destiny's a vocalist. There's a difference. Ashton, the televote better not treat Destiny like they treated Michaela. They won't. Orange, I hope Stephanie and Destiny do well. Me too. Fives, Anastasio. I think Malta or Lithuania will be the winner of the semi, I guess. I could see that. I could see that. Nil Ayers coming here with the Sweden hate comments. Sweden serving Jimicast, not Malta. Malta is a super strong country. She's just supposed to work with like a Maltese team. No, that's not what people do. When Beyonce meets with her creative team, you think she only works with Americans? Like, that don't make any sense. Like, you collaborate with who you collaborate with. At the end of the day, Destiny is Maltese. She's the one serving the song. She's the one out there having to deliver it and sell it to us. And she's from Malta. So, it is. Cassio Caesar, Malta is the perfect semi. This is great. Actually, this is the best opening and close, I think, of years. This is the best opening and close to a show in years. I mean, starting out with Lithuania and closing with Malta, they really are doing it. They really, really, really are doing it. Martin Owens, Alesia, what's your most interesting act? I'll get to that in the next stream. I wanna focus. Someone's asking, am I traveling to Rotterdam? I am not. I have online press accreditation, so I'm gonna stay my butt right here. I also have a child. I'm a mom, so she's a baby. Laura, I honestly don't like the song that much. She's amazing, but the song is already heard for me. I'd still be happy for her. She's 18 years old. Yeah, I understand some people being like, this song is not for you. I think that is a fair critique because songs don't have to be for everybody. And I know there are songs here that I'm like, I can judge it. I'm like, it's not for me. I don't really want to listen to it, but like, I can respect the fact that it's well sung, well staged and whatnot. So that's fine. Ben Wolverson, I think people may want Jimicast to win after the pandemic and troubling times we've had in the past year than an upsetting ballad. I kind of tend to agree with that. I think people want to have fun and they want some levity. But I think more than that, they want to be transported. They want a song that makes them think about doing something and going out somewhere. And I think that's what we have. Yusuf asked me, did Destiny make me cry? She absolutely did. She absolutely did make me cry. And I mean, y'all know there are moments I've cried before. Like, honestly, good vocals make me cry. Good vocals that feel effortless make me cry. I would say the marked person who made me cry was Dami Eam. Like Dami Eam 2016, I literally cried after she performed just off the vocal. And with Destiny, it's not just the vocal. It is everything that she is doing on the stage. She looked so beautiful. She just looked so good and sounded so good. And it's like, this is the stuff that makes it hard when you're judging songs, because it's like, for some people, they just get on stage and make it look so effortless. They just make it look like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like hit this note, whatever. You know, I mean, even Eden today, like the whistle notes were like the best notes she hit. Like that was like the easy part. You know what I mean? It's just like the excellence that we are going to see in semifinal one. And honestly, some of the excellence that we're going to have to say goodbye to just because this is such a tough Eurovision year. Well, I'm going to sign off. I hope you join me I'll be live in about 15 minutes and I'll be talking about not just today, but yesterday. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. And let's also not forget, you know, I'm not saying that people should get extra points because they haven't won before, but Malta has been coming with quality for years and they've come close a lot of times. And, you know, and there's a lot of countries that have not won that are coming with quality this year. And again, I go back to that moment in 2017 when I was watching at the Ukrainian embassy, Portugal win. And it's like that added moment of like, oh my goodness. And now we could go to Eurovision at a country that has competed for so long and never won. It is something special about that feeling, you know, of being on the ground at a place that's like, we have been doing this thing for years and never won. And it truly feels like the whole populace rejoices, you know, not just even the performer. And, you know, and look, I'm gonna just close it on this. Everybody in Malta can sing. Everybody in Malta can sing.